Hello again everybody and welcome to this single mission flown in the F-86 Sabre. And the mission is called First Jet Strike Fighter. It's a 14:45 start and it's a ground attack mission. My loadout is going to be 8x HVAR, high velocity rockets, 2 A&M-64 500-pound bombs. The situation is that the F-86 is considered the first true jet strike fighter. It can destroy ground targets with rockets and bombs and then mix it up with MiGs. So I think I feel what's coming in this mission. Okay, in this mission, you will destroy 2 armor personnel carriers at waypoint 3 marked with green smoke. Once that is accomplished, fly west to Poti and destroy a submarine in the harbor at waypoint 4 marked with red smoke. If you encounter MiGs along the way, be sure to shoot them all down. Okay, that's straightforward. Good luck, thanks. And destroy armor personnel carriers, submarine, and any airborne MiGs. Threats? Okay, they're BTR-80 APCs. 2 MiG-15s are expected to be in the air somewhere on this mission, and I have 8 AAA emplacements, Zu-23, scattered presumably in the target area, okay. And an SSK-877, that's a submarine, either Alpha or Kilo class. It's like an early Soviet sub, I think it's an Alpha, but that doesn't really matter. It'll be out here in the harbor, we'll pick it up and see what we have then. Weather, 24 degrees Celsius, cloud cover, I'll see what we have once we get into the mission, and winds, ground level about 4 knots, blowing in from the west. Yeah, light winds blowing from the west throughout the entire altitude range, and takeoff and landing time again, 14:45. So, looks like I'm flying out of Batumi, right-hand turn, waypoint 3, that's going to be the little abandoned airfield north of Kabileti. Okay, I have Kabileti airfield, okay, waypoint 3, waypoint 4, then back. Short mission. I'm going to be carrying a lot of weapons on this one, so I need to worry a little bit about fuel. I don't think drop tanks will be necessary. It's not that far. I mean, let me see. Yeah, only about 40 miles to the target area, so 100-mile round trip. No drop tanks required on this one for sure. And it looks like, let me see, Kabileti. Okay, let me get back to the world here. Okay, Kabileti Airfield looks like where the air threat is going to be located, and it is well defended also. Looks like some AAA emplacements, 5 of them total, so I want to avoid, if I can, overflying Kabileti. So let me move waypoint 2 from the airfield up to Azergeti. It's not going to matter, I'm going to be doing this totally visually, so I'll go with that. Okay, looks like I do have MiGs expected to be, I would expect them to be patrolling out here over the coast. So, I mean, what I really want to do on this one, I don't want to engage the MiGs first, because I know if I do that, that my flight is going to jettison their weapons, and I'm just going to be left with no way to destroy the ground targets, which is my primary objective. So, I believe I'm going to go around here to the east, take out the targets, and then engage the MiGs, if I can make it work that way. Now the first target looks like it's going to be in this little clearing in the middle of a wooded area. I'm very familiar with this area to begin with, so that should be no problem to figure that out. I mean, that's very easy to spot, just in that little clearing. Okay, Poti. Okay, the submarine is in the inner harbor, defended by AAA, so I need to think about how I'm going to go about taking out these targets. The APCs I can take with rockets or gun. The sub, I want to get some bombs in there. I have the AAA, so I want to make my approach from north to south or south to north so that I'm not directly overflying the AAA, and at least I'm giving them a high deflection shot on me if they do end up taking a shot. So I'll probably do dive bombing on the sub. So, okay, yeah, that's easy. Okay, rockets, come around here to just come down the river, turn south, hit them with bombs, mix it up with the MiGs, and come home. I've got a 4 ship. Okay, I've got 4 aircraft, so I should have the advantage in numbers this time around as well. Okay, administrative tasks. So let me look at my radio. Okay, channel 1, 225. Okay, channel 1 will have my flight, and Batumi, 260 megahertz. So Batumi is going to be on channel 3. Okay, so that's ATC. Nav aids, I have a TACAN station at Batumi, nothing else. Well, I do have ILS. Well, 110.3, but that does me no good. I have a outer marker up here, 156. I think for backup navigation, just in case it is extremely cloudy and overcast on this one, I'll dial in 156 just to get into the habit of doing it. In either case, I could also do 870 or anything else for the nav aids around Cabuletti, but this at least gives me a good bearing towards the target area. Okay, so I've got that. Okay, weapons loadout. Yep, 8 by rocket, 2 by bomb. I want a full fuel load. Let me bump that up to 100%. And double check my flights. Okay, same config for all 4 flight members. Perfect. And that is all. Oh, wait a minute. Total weight, 16,500. So I will use that for takeoff and landing data once I get into the cockpit. So, okay, I think this is a good plan. Let me go ahead and step to the cockpit and get her airborne. Okay, in the cockpit at Batumi Airfield, I've got my flight out here to the right. I've got some more aircraft out there to the left. So let me go ahead and pull up the checklist. I calculated takeoff and landing data while it was loaded. I'm going to be landing about 12,000 pounds, so about, 135, 112. 135 on the approach, 112 on the touchdown. Takeoff data, I calculated out to be 136 for rotation, 122 for just the initial nose wheel takeoff, or nose wheel liftoff. Okay, so let me go ahead and get things started up here. Okay, stick grip, got it. Armament switches off. Okay, this is one thing they changed in the latest patch. Now it starts by default with the armament switches off, so, okay, that makes it a lot easier. Okay, landing gear, engine controls, got it, speed brake neutral. External power, please. F8, F2, F1.
Chief, turn on the ground power.
Okay, so that's coming up.
Copy.
Okay, breakers in, floor, okay, good, normal, auto, center.
Ground power is now on.
Okay, aft, I'll go up on the flaps for startup. Tanks off, lights, pitot on, extend. Okay, good, off. Okay, gear down, good oxygen. Okay, oxygen starts in the off position now, so I need to go oxygen reg on. Okay, good deal. Got that. Okay, lights. And fire system check. Okay, lab switches off. Gun sight seems to be squared away. I'll go with, no, I will... Yeah, I'll leave that in 60, because I'm going to be doing air to ground first. I need that in the 60-foot wingspan, just so that I get the default... Well, no, I take that back. I'm not going to be using that for rockets, only guns. I'll go ahead and set this down to 33 feet for the wingspan of a MiG-15. Okay, got it. Okay, good fire detection system test. Okay, good instruments. 33 feet is what I want for Batumi. Okay, got it. Although I don't... that might be wrong. I might need to look that up at some point just to verify. I think it's 33 feet for Batumi. Doesn't really matter. Okay, densimeter check. Okay, good. I'll come back to that. Okay, let me get my nav equipment up and running real quick. Let me go to 156, which should be right there. Okay, let me go to compass, and that should swing around 156. Let me see. Sanaki should be almost, it should be directly behind me. Okay, good Morse code. And okay, good pointer. Okay, I've got good navigation. Equipment up and running. Okay, transmit receive, channel 3 for Batumi. And breakers in. Okay, inverter check. Light on, light off. And I'll take that as a good signal from the crew chief, saying that I've got good pitot heat. And I'll verify, got the light. Okay, off until I taxi. Okay, let's go ahead and get things up and running here. So... Okay, verify throttle off. Okay, now I'm caught up. Okay, throttle off, engine master switch on, starter, battery. I'm just waiting on 3%. Okay, there's 2, 2.5, 3%, outboard ignition, 6%, throttle to idle. Okay, so good fuel flow, good EGT. I've got RPM still coming up. I'll get good oil pressure here momentarily. And that's a good densimeter check. I'll go ahead and throw it back into the default setting so I get fuel fuel remaining in pounds. Okay, gotcha. Good start on the engine. So let me go ahead and kill external power. Let me go F8, F2, F2.
Chief, turn off the ground power. Copy.
Okay, I'm going to just bump the throttle up to about 40%
Ground power is now off.
so that I get my generator warning light off. A little more. Okay, generator warning light off. External power is disengaged. So let me go through my checks here. Okay, I need to get this into the normal position. So reset, normal, light off. Okay, good movement on all flight control surfaces that are actuated by hydraulics and back up in the green. Let me go alternate, alternate, light on. Okay, good movement. And this should recover here within a few seconds. Okay, while that's recovering, let me get my utility check. I'll go speed brakes in. Okay, hydraulic pressure decreases, speed brakes are all the way in, hydraulic pressure is back up in the green. Let me visually check speed brake position, got it. And back to the alternates. This should be back up in the green by now. Still coming. Okay, I'll take that as a good check. I'm going to dispense with the emergency override check. I'll consider this the second fly of the day. So I'm going to go reset, normal, light off, and back to normal on my pressure gauge. Okay, got that. And load meter, voltmeter. Okay, good voltage, good loads. Okay, I'm ready to taxi at this point. So, let me do this. Okay, safety pins removed, shocks out, throttle, advance. Okay, quick check of the brakes. Good. Nose wheel steering engaged. I'll just take it on around here to the runway. And yeah, I didn't call for taxi clearance, did I? No big deal. They knew where I was headed anyway, so I'll just request takeoff once I'm up here and short of the runway. Okay, and good check on my radio compass. Now still pointing. A good check of my directional indicator. Okay, you don't want to get this thing going too fast because it's kind of hard to stop once it really gets rolling on the taxi. Okay, I'll just come up here and hold, and then I'll run through the before takeoff checklist and get her airborne. Okay, looks like my flight is taxiing now. Okay, looks like a fine spot right here. We'll go ahead and request takeoff. Okay, clear for takeoff, and let me go ahead and switch to my flight frequency, channel 1. Okay, got that. Okay, verify armor switches off, trim for takeoff, so let me go aft, light on, and I'm going to trim it back forward just a touch, just because that gives me a little bit better feel on the takeoff roll. Otherwise, I find that it tends to float and get airborne a little bit early. I think it's just so easy to over-rotate with it trimmed at the takeoff position, so I'm just going to go a little bit forward of that. Okay, good lights laterally, and rudder. Okay, good rudder trim. Okay, so, flaps levered down for takeoff, then I will go to retract. I will go pitot heat on, I will go landing light on. Okay, and then I will extend my inlet string. Okay, got that. Canopy. Of course, I would not have forgotten the canopy of all things. Okay, and I'm ready. I'm going to dispense with the emergency fuel system check. Since I'm taking this to be the second flight of the day on this aircraft, I'm just going to taxi on out here to the center line and get her in the air. Okay, stow the checklist for now. Whole flight is there waiting for takeoff. Okay, so let me come out here, let her roll forward to straighten out the nose wheel. Okay, perfect. Okay, let me hold the brakes. Okay, throttle max. Okay, good fuel flow, good EGT, good oil pressure. 100% RPM on my tachometer. Okay, one quick breeze around the cockpit just to make sure everything is where I want it. Okay, flaps are down. Okay, got that, got that. Okay, looking good. Let's go ahead and do this. Release brakes. Nose wheel steering is engaged. I'll just maintain directional control until about 50 knots, disengage nose wheel steering at that point. Then I'll be using the rudder. Okay, 50 knots. 60, 70, okay, nose wheel steering is disengaged. 90, now I'm looking for 122, 136. 110, 122, okay, nose wheel up. 136, rotate, airborne, gear up. Okay, let me just trim it nose down here. Boy, that gets nose up in a hurry. Okay, 100 and, still a little bit slow for the flaps. Let me leave the flaps down until I can pick up a little bit more airspeed. Okay, 150, flaps up. Okay, and 2's on the roll. Looks like 3's in position behind him. Okay, so I'll just pull in the throttle here and allow my flight to catch up. And I'll go to the hold position on my flap lever. And I'm going to put a break in the video right here, and I'll come back with a continuation of the mission and get into the target area and see what we can do about these APCs in this sub and these MiGs. So thanks again for watching. I will see you next time.